Jacobs, the Balance Doctor. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Be sure to subscribe to The Kim Jacobs Show right on YouTube. Turn on your notification bell to all so you never miss a beat. And guess what? Every time you watch, you're going to receive a real relevant and relatable guest that's going to share with you a piece of the puzzle on this journey called life that will help you be able to manage just a little bit smoother. At the end of the day, the Kim Jacobs Show goal is to be able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time.
Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. How are you today, Dr. Reverend Jennifer Eichelberger over there? How are you today?
I am doing fantastic. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful and so glad to have you and can't wait to hear the tips that you're going to be sharing with everyone today. Listen, everyone, we're talking with Reverend Dr. Jennifer Eichelberger today, and she's going to be talking to us about the importance of self-care. And so we all need help on that journey of how to take care of ourselves better, more intentionally in a lot of different areas of our lives. So we're going to be hearing her version of how we can do that today. So grab your virtual seats and do me a favor. Let me know where you're visiting in from. And what I'd like to do is put your comments up, your questions. If you have specific questions, make sure that you type those questions in the comment section. And also, I am going to pop this link here. People want to often know, how do I come on and officially ask my question myself without having to type a paragraph? Well, here's how you do it. You just click on this link. It will bring you right on the screen. And make sure that when you come on the screen, if you don't want yourself to be seen, then cancel out your mic. Cancel out your camera. Other than that, we're going to see you. Okay. So keep that in mind. All right, everybody. That's the link if you want to be able to be a part of today's broadcast directly. And so right after our commercial break, we're going to talk and learn more about our special guest today. So let's take a moment right now to learn more about Silver Shield Security. And
it's not just another day. It's a brand new day, full of all the fun, love, and laughter you and your family create. Silver Shield Security understands feeling at home means feeling safe and happy. No credit checks, no contracts. We offer payment arrangements, and we'll even give you a free door camera. Find out how we can brighten your day even more at silvershield-security.com. Silver Shield Security.
All right, everyone, and we are back with Reverend Dr. Jennifer Eichelberger. And as we talk about her today, I want you to know that as a consequence of her divine journey, Reverend Dr. Jennifer Eichelberger founded and presides over Jennifer Eichelberger Ministries. And that's to fulfill her mission of directing others towards experiencing the empowerment and potential to realize their full spiritual enlightenment. I am so excited to have her here, and she's going to be talking about her methodology that she impels people with and so much more on her Christian journey. Welcome, Reverend Dr. Jennifer Eichelberger to the group.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
It said my mic was muted. I'm like, wait, what? Don't mute my mic. And I'm usually one that'll do that. Like yesterday, I had a relationship person on, and I mute him every once in a while when he's getting too controversial, and he's going for it. And I'm like, he's like, did you mute me, Kim? So I don't know. Did something happen where somebody's controlling the panel?
I don't know. Anyway. But I said that's why I did that. But anyway.
I am so glad to have you on today. Talk to us, if you will, about your backstory a little bit. I think it would be good for us to learn what brought you to the point where you feel self-care is so important.
Oh, where can I start with that? Well, I was a television producer for a number of years, enjoyed, loved it, but I was getting to the point I was getting burnt out because I was doing a live television show. It's a whole different ball game than doing something live, on social media. Because with that, you have to make sure the audio is right, all the lights, not just one or two. You got to make sure the hosts are there on time, the talent is there. It's a whole different ball game. And again, I stress that I loved it, but I was getting to the point I was completely burnt out. And so in 2019, I said, well, you know what? Maybe I'll just step back for a while. And shortly after that, you know what happened to the whole world. And
Yes, we all took a step back.
And so I decided, I had already started writing a book with an entirely different name. And so when I had all this time off, I said, okay, let me just change the title of the book and just go in and tweak some things and call the book Self-Care. Because, we as women of color in particular, we take care of everybody and everything but us. Yeah. And so that is because I had reached a point of burnout.
Well, I'm interested in learning more about your book. I actually have a picture of it here and I want to pop it up on the screen. Self-Care, Vital Art, Nurturing You. Now, specifically, why did you come up with that full title? Because that's very intentional. Self-care, vital art, nurturing you. Tell us why.
Because self-care, I know years ago, I think we used to call it me time, but the millennials dubbed it self-care, which is even a better term than me time. And that's basically taking care of you. And if you don't mind, I'd like to read a quote.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. So while she's getting the quote, let me pop some of the comments up that's coming in, and please let me know where you're. Hello, Kimberly. How are you today? Make sure you tag some friends and invite them into today's broadcast as well. And we will hear the quote. And when you're ready, Dr. Jennifer.
Ready. This is a quote by Eleanor Brown. This is self-care is so important. When you take time to replenish your spirit, it allows you to serve others from the overflow. You cannot serve from an empty vessel. See, because basically that means when you give and give and give, you reach a point where it's absolutely nothing else for you to give. Think of like when you're going on a flight, a trip, and the flight attendant says, when she's giving the instructions, when the oxygen mask come down, what does she tell you to do? Put
your own mask on first, securely, before you can assist the person sitting next to you.
Absolutely, because you got to take care of you. Because if you don't, then you're trying to help this person, and you're going to run out of oxygen. It's the same thing in life. It's same thing. So self-care is necessary. It's not selfish, but it's taking care of you. Because often times, by the time we decide to take care of ourselves, we have some serious health issues, and that's too late. So
I agree. By the time if we finally get it, it's like, okay, either we have to have something going on with our heart, or we're wheelchair bound, blind. It's all kind of different things that happen that now it's like, wow, it took all of this for me to realize the importance of me maintaining this one vessel, this one body that I've been given. And so I totally agree with everything that you're sharing. And I can't wait to hear more. Listen, what we're going to do is we're going to take another commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to hear more about what advice do you have for others that are watching today on how they can take care of themselves. Some people during the pandemic, Dr. Jennifer, and I don't know, do you want me to say Reverend Dr. Jennifer Eichelberger or Dr. Jennifer or Dr. Eichelberger? Which one?
It doesn't matter. Just Dr. Jennifer.
Okay. I will call you Dr. Jennifer. That's what we're calling you. So, Dr. Jennifer, the thing is, sometimes you don't know what you don't know, right? And so you may be thinking, not you, but you, meaning the general public, may be thinking that I'm doing okay until a health crisis arises. So really, you don't know that internally some things are happening that's trying to give you some warning signs that take a moment, take a reprieve, be more intentional and all of these things, but you're ignoring those signs. So when we come back, I would like for you to talk to us about some things that we can maybe look for as some signs that, hey, you have an issue going on here. Stop and take care of yourself. And then some tips on how we can do that when we return. Okay. All right.
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
All right, everyone, we're back talking with Dr. Jennifer, and we're going to learn what are some things we can look for to determine that self-care is necessary. So let's talk about that first.
Okay. One of the things, lack of energy. If you are doing things that say 6 months ago and it's tiring you out, that's a symptom. Being impatient and frustrated. If your frustration level is high, that's a symptom that you need to retreat. Symptoms of stress, and stress comes in so many different forms. It can come in overeating, it can come in not eating, it could be high blood pressure, it can be anxiety, any of those things. Difficulty falling and staying asleep. Let me tell you, I am blessed. I don't have any trouble falling asleep before my head hits a pillow. I am just about sleep. But
me too. I can go to sleep within seconds.
Yes, in a second. But those nights that I do struggle to go to sleep, which is rare, I said, okay, what's going on? What do I need to do? What did I do today? Or anxiety, feeling burnt out. I know that all too well. That's just like where you have no desire to do what you were once passionate about. You just like, I'm just completely burnt out. I'm just completely over this. Reduced performance at work, less motivated, less energized, less motivated. And those are some of the things in which it's actually a lot of things that, you need to look at that and say, I need to do something about this. Particularly like anxiety, because of what the country has been through, the world actually has, can you believe it's been almost 2 years?
I cannot believe this.
Absolutely cannot.
Dr. Jennifer, I know I'm interrupting you for 1 second, but it's intentional. There are over 700,000 people that have literally passed away. If that's not like mind blowing, I could have never imagined that just 2 years ago that some virus was going to come and take over the land and people were literally going to leave this earth. Even when you hear, somebody had COVID, you still wouldn't necessarily think that meant that they were going to literally pass away. I know people that have passed away that were husband and wife, and within a week of each other, gone. It's like the Left Behind movie. It's something that just gone. This is crazy.
It is crazy.
So go ahead with your tips. I mean, because these are some tremendous signs that you're sharing.
Absolutely. Which, with what you just spoke of, because I lost a dear friend just about 6 weeks ago. But anyway,
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Anxiety is at an all-time high. And so, I'll talk about some things to get over that anxiety. But yeah, it's
anxiety. We're putting all of this stuff. Thank you so much, Cassandra, for typing all of this backstage. I'm going to pop all of these comments up. They're right here in the comment section. No matter what platform you're looking at it, or if you're on iHeartRadio, you actually heard these comments as well. We're across 8 different platforms, Dr. Jennifer, all at one time here. So make sure that you look at your different platforms, and I will pop those back up again because this is some great stuff that you're sharing. Let me put these points. The lack of energy. These are all tips that you just heard. Lack of energy, symptoms of stress, looking out for those signs and those symptoms, difficulty falling and staying asleep. These are all tips, if you're just joining, that Dr. Jennifer just shared. And I see your comment coming in. Let's see. Good morning, Kim and Dr. Jennifer. I did the care taking all of my life. Now looking back, I took care of everyone else before me, but now it's time for my self-care.
Absolutely.
Very good. Now type your name, whatever platform you're on, you must have to give permission to use your name. So make sure if you want us to acknowledge your name, that you type your name. Thank you so much, though, Facebook user that put that comment. And I see you reduced performance at work is another sign that we can look out for. Less motivation and lack of desire for what we've been passionate about before. These are all great tips that Dr. Jennifer just shared with us. Now, what advice do you give to people that are experiencing those symptoms? How do we take care of ourselves?
The best way to start taking care of yourself, I would say, recognize the problem. Because I've had some young people, some much younger, saying that they didn't even know how to begin to start self-care. I would say start off with being grateful the things that you do have.
Perfect.
Create a gratitude list. Or another thing I suggest is have like a gratitude jar. Just have a jar and write something good in there. Put it on a Post-it note. Put it on a, just tear a little piece of paper if you want and put it in there. And be grateful for something like, I woke up this morning in my right mind. I'm grateful for my husband. I'm grateful for my children. Just things that you're grateful for. I'm glad that the Lord is still watching over me and taking care of me. And days that you have that you may not feel as grateful, go to that jar and pull something out, and it will kind of trigger, say, oh yeah, I do have things, because we tend to look at what we don't have.
Right.
Instead of being grateful for what we do have, because we do have a lot to be grateful for. We do. Be thankful.
Well, I have a journal that I have here, a gratitude journal, and every day we'll put something up on the Mother Dreamer movement, and I'll read like the quotes that's in here. And like this one says, gratitude is riches, complaint is poverty. That's a really good one. Develop an attitude of gratitude and give thanks for everything that happens to you, knowing that every step forward is a step towards achieving something bigger and better than your current situation. These are some great quotes in here. And every day I just read some of these to our Mother Dreamer movement team, and just to say, hey, what are we grateful for? You cannot do kindness too soon, because you never know how soon it will be too late. It's like just a whole slew of quotes in here.
I like that.
It's so many that are like mind blowing when you really grab hold to them and think about what we can be grateful for. So I love what you're saying. Be grateful and put it in a jar. I really like that a lot too. So cutting the strips and putting it in a jar, and every day just pulling out something that we're grateful for.
Absolutely.
I love that. Okay, go on. Tell us some more.
Well, relaxing music. Prior to we had talked, I love jazz, love it. And I'm a classically trained, some say flautist, some say flutist. And when I'm practicing, when I'm learning a new piece, like right now, I'm learning a new piece and it's difficult. I don't really like to think of that as self-care.
Right.
What I do, I'll go back and play something I'm familiar. Like some days I won't quote unquote practice. I'll just play something that I'm already familiar with.
Right.
That is coming. Plus it kind of forces you, when you play a woodwind, it forces you to breathe properly. And we're going to talk about that breathing. We're going to talk about that.
That's good.
Going for a walk. I walk every morning for exercise and just to kind of clear my head before my day gets started. You can go for a walk in the park. Like right now, because I'm here right outside of Atlanta, we're at our peak in terms of the leaves turning, and they are absolutely so beautiful. And just walk and be grateful for all the beautiful colors,
Yes.
Meditate.
Well, I went to school at James Madison University, and along the Shenandoah Valley, our family, we would drive up and just watch the fall, the foliage, and all of the beautiful colors. And along the highway, you can see all of the beauty of God's creation. So go ahead. This is really good.
Thank you. Pray and meditate. Praying is when you talk to God. Meditation is when you're listening to God and just focus, listen to some nice music and just focus and breathe and meditate. I'm telling you. And meditation is hard because that brings up another term, mindfulness, because when you're meditating, that doesn't mean stop. That doesn't mean like you're sitting there and chanting. That just means you're mindful. You're in the moment. You're in the moment. You know, that's not the time to be thinking about, okay, I got to go to the grocery store. Okay, I got to cook. Okay, I got to pick up the kids. Okay, I got to take my car in for this. No, clear your mind and just concentrate on the goodness of the Lord. Just pray and meditate. Yeah, because meditation is hard. That's why a lot of people don't like to do it, because your mind, you have to
everywhere. What do I have to do?
You got to pull that mind in, because it'll start running. Okay, you said, oh, I turned the stove off. Oh, I'm cooking greens. You know, you're
all over the place. All over the place.
All over the place. Set aside some time. If you have to get up earlier in the morning, if you have to do it at night, and, you know, cut off everything and go find a room in the house or whatever, and just, you know, take that time, 10, 15 minutes, it'll make a difference. Even on your lunch hour, if you can go sit in your car, that'll make a difference. Schedule a date night with your spouse, because if both of you are busy, you know, you're like two ships passing. Schedule a date night.
I have some of these same tips in my book, Extreme Balance Makeover. I wrote a book called Extreme Balance Makeover, and you were saying so many things that are like that I wrote back in 2017. So great minds think alike. That means that I'm like brilliant, like maybe Dr. Jennifer Eichelberger over there. That's some good stuff.
Yeah, turn off your cell phone. You know, cell phone sometimes. You know what? A couple weeks ago, I never paid this any attention, but there is something on here that tells you how much time you spend on your
time.
Phone. I screamed. This was literally a couple of weeks ago. I said, it is no way that I'm spending that much time on my phone. So what I did, I've started cutting time back. I started cutting it back. And that's another thing that will help you with anxiety. Turn this off before you go to bed, about an hour or so before you go to bed. Turn the television off too. But I have cut the time back. And so now it's saying like, your screen time is 30% down. Because I said, this is crazy. I could be doing something else. What in the world am I doing where I'm spending all this time on here? So that's something else to do.
That's good.
Exercise, participate in a yoga class, because that helps with your breathing, and Pilates, and write in a journal, like the journal. Write journal. Yeah, journal. Yeah.
All of these tips, everybody. Cassandra's typing like crazy backstage, and they are all here in the comment section for you guys. So wow, keep it going. This is, I mean, you're sharing so many tips in like 1 hour. It's going to be unbelievable.
Read a good book. Read a good book for 20 minutes. If you don't know where to start with the Bible, you could read the Psalms, you could read Proverbs, Ecclesiastes. There's so many things. Read a good book, your book. And I want to get a copy of that. I'll purchase a copy of that. Go to bed 15 minutes earlier if possible. I know we wear so many different hats, you know, we're moms, we're this and we're that, but we have to set aside the time to take care of yourself. You have to.
That's right.
You have to, because again, if you know, you'll start developing high blood pressure and diabetes, and so many diseases are caused by, and I'm not a medical doctor, so check with your medical doctor, you know.
You dropping some PhD knowledge, that's for sure.
I'm a doctor of divinity, but I'm not a medical doctor. But we must take better care of ourselves. Drink water. Drink a lot of water. I literally, someone was telling me that they had a relative like in their 40s and never drank water, and they're going to have to be put on dialysis. Like, you never drink water. Drink water. I keep water with me. I drink a lot of water. Water is good for your hair, your skin. You want to
Yes, it is. I'm a part of a water challenge right now for the month of November with Courtney Wellness Companion. So y'all can go pop over to Courtney Wellness Companion on Facebook, and it's with 2 E's, Courtney with 2 E's, Wellness Companion. He's doing a whole water challenge this month, and I feel like a different person on that challenge.
It makes a difference.
Really.
It makes a difference. It makes a difference. Cut out some of that coffee, cut out some of that caffeine. I did have a doctor tell me once that the way that we drink coffee nowadays is bad, because, you know, years ago, people would have a cup of coffee or two in the morning. Now we drink coffee all day. And so you
Wow.
don't need to be revved up all day long. You need to calm down and relax and breathe.
I can't even drink coffee because I'm already way too wound up. So I don't need anything. Like coffee makes my vision blur. It does all kind of weird stuff to me. And I promise I'm not exaggerating. So for me, coffee and extra on top of what I already have going on is a bit too much. It sends me soaring.
Eat nutritious food. Eat some fruit. Eat some fruit. But in fact, during the pandemic, my husband and I, we actually lost a few pounds because my husband said, we are not going to stay in this house and eat all day. So he would have little healthy things. So I'd come downstairs or upstairs and it would, he would have apples and oranges and things like that and nuts. So we would just grab it instead of just eating. So there are so many. So as you see, being self-care, it's more than just about going to get your hair done, getting your nails done. That's a part of it. And some of it is grooming. I know somebody was saying something once. I was giving a talk and they said, well, isn't getting your hair done is grooming? I said, yes, it is. I totally agree with that. So self-care is, again, go get your nails done if you want to. Go get a pedicure, manicure. You get your hair done. Get a facial. But it's far deeper than that. We want to take care of the inner man.
Yes, I agree with everything that you're saying. I actually started playing a little bit of smooth jazz in the background. So I cut it up a little bit here for a minute since it was soothing to you. I said, listen, we're talking today to Dr. Jennifer Eichelberger. And one of our episode sponsors I've already shared with you is Snow Legal. If you're dealing with personal injury, make sure you give them a call, 704-358-0026, and let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. And we also have Lamb Funeral Home. Now, Lamb Funeral Home, they are located in the Concord, North Carolina area. But in that area, they're also certified in all 50 states. So feel free to give them a call if you're dealing with the loss of a loved one, especially if it's a veteran. The owner, Mr. Terry Lamb, is a veteran himself with over 28 years of experience, and they're eager to serve you. You can reach them at 704-782-3011. 704-782-3011 and let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. So we're going to take another commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to hear more from Dr. Jennifer Eichelberger. And she's sharing knowledge that in 1 hour is already life-changing and life-transforming. So we'll be right back after this commercial break.
My father had 4 of his fingers amputated in a workplace accident. It was the first injured individual I represented. And I knew I had to win that case. When someone walks into my office and they've been injured, I know what they're going through. If you've been injured at work with Hunter and Everett. We've got the experience, so let us help you.
All right, everybody, we are talking with Dr. Jennifer Eichelberger today, and she's talking to us about the importance of self-care. What I like to know, Dr. Jennifer, is what do you personally do for self-care? So talk to us about that as well.
Okay, I go for a walk just about every day. I walk about 3 miles a day.
And so no matter, it's more for your self-care. It's not just necessarily about losing weight or anything, but it's just to clear your head and to be able to get that jump start to your day. And that's your ritual kind of every day, as many days as possible.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
All right.
Now doing the other stuff, like when they're lifting the weights, okay. But the walking part, because I can walk and listen to music, I can pray, meditate, and just enjoy that part of it. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, how do people stay connected with you so that they can get your products and everything that you offer? I see here.
Okay. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram, which is Jennifer Stovall Eichelberger. I'll spell that Eichelberger. EICHELBERGER. So you can find me there because I'm mostly on Facebook and Instagram, some on Twitter, but basically Facebook and Instagram. Yeah.
And what we'll do is we'll put all of this information right here in the comment section for you all too, so that you'll be able to stay connected. Do you all have any questions in the virtual studio audience? I mean, Dr. Eichelberger has already shared some significant tips and things but it's like we hear the generalities, but what about what you're dealing with personally? So if you are dealing with something yourself and you would like to get an answer from someone that's kind of mastered this thing, they're walking the walk and talking the talk here, then please pop your questions in the comment section and we'll come back and make sure that we get those answered. So let's see if anybody had a comment or question. Let me put my glasses on for this one.
Okay.
I'm like, I need to see what they're saying. Let's see. Oh, okay. Kimberly said that these are awesome reminders and tips. So she thanks you for sharing them. Thank you, Kimberly, for being on, and make sure you tag some of your friends. Let's see who else had a comment over here. Oh, hey, Kim, may I get one of those Grateful books? Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely, Mom. This is my mommy on. She's like, can I get one of them books? Okay. And oh, you said mom is you. Okay. Taking care of everyone else but me. My mom she's done that.
Yes.
She's 70 years old and she has poured her life and devoted her life to her children and making sure that we're well taken care of to become who we are today. But now it's her time. And I'm so honored to be able to be a part of that phase of her journey. So thank you, Mommy. Okay, anybody else? Okay, so if you all have any questions, comments, or thoughts or anything, feel free to go ahead and type them in the comment section and we will get those addressed. I do want to offer you the opportunity, if you have not, let me see here, to get these comments. I don't want to leave any comment off because there's so many people doing their commenting and they're like, I know you saw my comment, Kim, and you didn't just ran past it. I'm like, I promise I'm trying to keep them all going. So Dr. Jennifer, I'd love for us to learn from you too. What do you see as some of the upcoming things that's going to be happening in your life that's a part of your new journey? I see you writing a second book and you have some other things happening. So tell us about some upcoming things in your life.
I'm going to do a journal and incorporate some, so like a gratitude journal and, inspirational journal. So that's one of the things. I'm doing media consultant. So I will be helping launch a couple of new television networks. One is already up and running. So I'll be doing some of that because, again, as I said, I love that. I do have something big coming up, so y'all have to stay tuned for my providing everything goes well. I may be going overseas to do some speaking. More is coming about that. I'm excited about it. Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah. We were gonna do it. Was it 2020? Yeah, last year. We were gonna, but because of COVID and all of that. But yeah, so those are some things I have coming up. Mm-hmm.
That's some exciting things coming up. So I can't wait to see whatever networks that you're going to be a part of. Please make sure you let me know. I am excited about your journey and excited about all of the opportunities. Like you said, dealing with live shows versus like internet-based shows, it's an altogether different ball game. I used to film at the old Jim and Tammy Faye Baker studio.
Okay.
And I had a show on PBS and on the Word Network for multiple seasons. And so I started doing this show. You see my Telly Award back there. That's my Telly Award back there. I got a Telly Award. So, but I do know that there's a significant difference. I flew people in, like we had Emmett Smith and his wife, Pat Smith. They've been flown in to do filming and everything with us, and I was on the NBC show, the Charlotte Today show, for a few years, and live every week as their balance expert. So live is altogether different. They were like, you got to do this. It's time for this segment. We're going to go here. We're coming back live. And it's like, no, it fans and butts. It's showtime. You were on.
5, 4, 3, 2, boom.
And go. It's on. It's on. So now I know that once you get that feel of that industry, it's hard to just walk away from it. So that's why I see that it's kind of hard. Talk to us from your perspective.
It is. It is.
How is it for you now?
It is hard because again, you have to love it because especially being a producer of a live television show, you have to be able to think on your feet. I've had some crazy things to happen. I guess people got nervous and I remember one in particular had some talent to come to the station really early. And I said, you all have ample time. So just sit and relax. So the show starts at 7 p.m. live. So this is about, they were getting ready to come up at 7:30 and they decided for whatever reason, they didn't want to be on. I said, are you kidding me? You've been sitting here all this whole time.
You could have said that like when you first walked in the door. Why did you wait until now?
So anyway, I didn't have a whole lot of time to deal with them. I said, okay, we'll deal with this later. Thank you for coming, blah, 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 blah. In the meantime, I had to go back to the technical director and switch some things. I said, listen, the person that's up there, we're going to keep them on a little longer. Meantime, we'll go to a roll-in. So you have to be able to think on your feet. You don't have time to like, what do I do? No, you got live TV, so you've got to move. But yeah, and it's a certain level of energy, but you're right. You can't walk away from that. And I did for a little while, but I'm gradually kind of getting back into it. So we'll see.
Good. I'm excited for it. I can't wait. And so please keep me in the loop as to whatever you're doing, because I think it's going to be exciting and a good run is what I believe it'll be for sure. So now, what are some of the foods that you really incorporate when you're talking about taking care of yourself? There are probably some specific foods that help lend to a better outcome. What are some of those for you?
Basically fruits and vegetables. I'm a vegetarian. We have at least one, and this, it's each to his own, but we have at least one vegan meal a day.
Oh, okay.
We have at least one vegan meal a day, but I'm a vegetarian. Well, pescatarian, because we eat seafood. We do eat seafood occasionally. No red meat and no pork for me. It's not that I don't like pork. Pork doesn't like me.
You know which foods don't like you, and you're like, you know what? You don't like me, I'm going to stay away from you, right?
It doesn't like, because I'm telling you. So that's I had to give it up. I don't know what it is, but pork doesn't like me. I would love to have Thanksgiving coming. Who wouldn't want to have a piece of ham or something? But
you know what? I don't know why. For some reason, it's not that I don't eat pork, because I like bacon and different things that I do like. But there are some things that just don't necessarily agree with me, and it doesn't matter whether it was vegetables or fruit or strawberries don't agree with me. So it's not about pork or any other thing. It's just whatever doesn't agree with you. Don't do it. You know. So I see also that you're a member of the Top Ladies of Distinction North Atlanta chapter and the National Council of Negro Women. Talk to us about those organizations and why you're so passionate about them.
Okay, both of those organizations, National Council of Negro Women, as you know, it's been around for a long time, and it's a service organization, and the mission of that is to serve, our people of color and help our sisters and things like that. I started the chartering member of the Gwinnett section, which we chartered 2 years ago. And so now I'm the immediate past president, and they're still doing great things. And then I've been inducted this year to Top Lady of Distinction, North Atlanta. And I love that. We serve now. I'm the community partnership chair. And I just enjoy being the sisterhood, being able to giving back to the community. And then my husband and I, we do things too on our own to help out things in the community. My husband he's a professor at Clark Atlanta University. He's a little bit more quiet than he's, except for when he's in the classroom, then he can turn it up. But we both do things in the community, and he likes to do things without, knowing that he did it. So
right.
But yeah,
well, that's good. Very good. I'm glad to hear about those distinguished honors. And then I also wanted us to talk about your ministry, because I know that you have a ministry as well that I'd like for us to elaborate on more. So right after this commercial break, let's go into some of your ministry work. And then also I want people to know how they can get a copy of your book. So we're going to talk about that. Listen, everybody, make sure that you subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show. It's right on our YouTube channel, as we'd love for you to subscribe. Turn your notification bell to all. And then when we go live Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you'll be right in the virtual studio audience. I do encourage you to know that our program provides original program content. And yesterday when I made this announcement, I started hearing this Cash App go off. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I had to put some praise music on, like, dun, 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 dun. The people started, I really went into praise break mode after hearing that Cash App sign going off and off and off and off. I just want to say to you all that as a community program, we provide balance to the world, one household at a time. In order to do that and bring people like Dr. Jennifer on the Kim Jacobs Show, and it's every weekday, we have to have the support of the community. So feel free to go on through any of these different outlets to support the programming of the Kim Jacobs Show. And we greatly appreciate it. I do have a list of people just from yesterday that contributed: Evangelist Clara Walton, Deacon Wayne and Severia Van, Doreen Hunter, Sean Brinkley, Ken Canyon, Pamela Howard, Carrie Ann Hilliard. I just want to say thank you all for contributing as online supporters of the show. And so it usually scrolls throughout the broadcast, and you'll see that scrolling at the bottom if you'd like to be one of our online contributors. And we thank you in advance for doing so. And so as we prepare to go to this quick commercial break, I want to let you know that if you're interested in starting your own online talk show and you want to know how to start it from scratch, well, I've been doing this for about 13 years now and have a whole lot of experience in learning the ins and outs, lighting, and how about your sound and what type of makeup and all of these different components that have actually come into play when it comes to you going live. How can you stream across multiple platforms? All of these things you'll learn. Go to kimjacobsconsulting.com, and we'll take this commercial break and we'll be right back with Dr. Jennifer Eichelberger to hear more. All right. Are you enjoying yourself so far?
Yes.
All right. Glad to have you on. So when we come back, I do want to make sure we hear from you on your ministry and about how people can get your book right after this break. Hey everyone, I'm Kim Jacobs. I'm the host of the Kim Jacobs Show, and I would like to extend an opportunity for all of you that are authors, business owners, motivational speakers, or just passionate people that want to share your gift with the world. I offer a masterclass that consists of 6 weeks of training that teaches you how to start your own show from scratch. It's a very intense training for you to walk away with a show that can really change your life and the lives of your viewers. So listen, I have 13 years of experience in the industry. I've been featured on PBS, on NBC, and also on networks that's been over 200 countries viewing those shows. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to starting your own talk show. I've also traveled the country with Les Brown as international motivational speaker, teaching people how to share your story so that you can earn income. So you don't want to miss this opportunity to go ahead and reserve your seat as one of the slots that's left in this masterclass. KimJacobsConsulting.com. KimJacobsConsulting.com, and we're going to go on this journey together. You're also going to get to unlock about 8 weeks worth of content that you'll be able to also work at your own pace, in addition to the training that we'll be doing face-to-face via our virtual platform. I can't wait to go on this journey with you, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for you. All right, everyone, we're back with Dr. Jennifer Eichelberger. So talk to us about Dr. Jennifer Eichelberger Ministries.
Okay. I'm the chair of our women's ministry at my church. I would say my number one calling is that of an intercessor. That of an intercessor.
Excellent.
It's the number one thing that I do. it's the time I flow in the prophetic, as you know, as He, the Holy Spirit, wills. But that's basically what I've been called to do is minister to women and to pray and for prayer.
Well, excellent. So for those that are watching, some people may or may not know what the intercessory prayer warrior is. I know because I'm Church of God in Christ. I know exactly what you're talking
Okay.
about. So I know, and I also know about prophesy because I had Evangelist Claire Walton prophesy over my womb and told me that I had the spirit of Deborah growing in my womb after I already had 4 sons. And I was like, no, I don't think I have. She said, and she got louder in the congregation. And she said, listen, if I be a woman of God, and I know that I am, you have the spirit of Deborah growing in your womb. And sure enough, I had Jayla Jacobs, who possesses the spirit of Deborah. And she literally professes that she wants to help free those that are captive. And she's only 13 years old in her prayer closet, 1 hour and 15 minutes a day. So the spirit of Deborah really was growing in my womb. But go ahead, tell everybody about intercessory prayer and prophecy.
Yes, intercessory prayer is that when you're praying for others, when you're interceding for others. Yes.
And God gave you that specific gift. Do you feel like when you're interceding that you can, I don't know, because I'm trying to understand, do you feel like you're feeling what they're going through, or do you just feel okay? So talk to us about that.
I do. It's like sometimes if somebody's in pain, it's like I can feel it, or if they're going through something, it's like I feel it, or I can, and it flows closely with that of prophecy, the prophetic, because it's like I can see things, I can, and I've had this gift from a child. When I was a child, I used to see things, and I would say things would happen, and sometimes some of the older people were like, "What is that child talking about?" But I had an aunt. She's still with us, and she understood. She totally understood, because some people would think that girl is telling a lie, and that's no, and I know what I saw, and then later on it would happen, and I shot away. After a while, I shot away from it, but I still dream things, and it's like, you know, I'll wake up in the morning, I said, honey, blah 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 blah, and he'll say, oh, okay. And I dream good, I dream bad, or warning, just however the Holy Spirit. And like I said, to me, those things go hand in hand. But yes, and I get called on to pray a lot more. I get called on more to pray than I do to speak, which is a good thing, because we need prayer.
Prayer is so needed. Yes, Lord. And when you're talking about a prayer journal, this young lady that's on now, she is Lady Tanya Anderson. She has a 21-day prayer journal, and literally I take it everywhere I go. I don't have it right in front of me right this second yes, I do. I have it right. I have it right here. 21 days. And it's prayer, meditation, and application. I usually have it back in my room on my nightstand. But her prayer journal is something that my daughter went on this journey, and it is just like, it's changed her life. It's changed her whole perspective about being a Christian woman of God. And so I'm glad to have you on today too, Tanya Anderson. And you definitely want to connect with Dr. Reverend Jennifer Eichelberger, who's here today. She's shared so many tips. So if you have missed the broadcast so far, go back and watch the replay. She's probably shared like 100 or more tips already in this broadcast, which is unbelievable, the amount of nuggets that we're able to walk away with. Okay. So so your ministry focuses, you have a group of women or men or
women at my church. Yes. And I do different things with them. We didn't do as much, obviously, this past year, but usually we have something on breast cancer. We usually have a Women's Day program. Again, prayer and discernment, too, is another gift that God has been given me to walk in. Like I said, I've had them, so they almost kind of overlap, I know, with me.
Well, yeah, I can tell with you, with it being self-care, prophecy, intercessory, being a distinguished woman, all of those are things that have kind of culminated and now made you into who God created, and then even television producing. So it's like, you know how to do it with poise and passion, and with discernment, and with intentionality, all kind of great things that I can see about you. in a nutshell, so I can see why you got that top woman award, and I'm honored to have you here today. Are there any things that you didn't share on the broadcast that later you're going to be like, now I could kick myself, I did not say this on that show?
Yes, I want to get back to one thing, two things. I also have another book. Oh, you can't see it, but it's called Spiritual Growth for the Next Level.
Spiritual Growth for the Next Level. Okay. Do I have an image of that one or no?
No, you do not. I did not send that. I just wasn't.
Don't worry. Spiritual growth
for the next level. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is it on your website?
Yes, it is. Because it's
okay, and that's Jennifer Eichelberger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead and talk about it though.
Yeah, real quick. I have a chapter on your season, your purpose, prayers that avail much, traits of a mature Christian, and a chapter on hallelujah anyhow. But one thing that I would kick myself to kind of get back to self-care, if I didn't bring this up, is emotional self-care. Emotional self-care. And basically what that is to get rid of what you say, things that are going on in your head, like if I'm not good enough or I'm too this, and get rid of all of that. Because remember, I can do all things.
Yes, through Christ who strengthens me.
Yes. Say, I am worthy of good things. I am somebody. I'm worthy of love, because we tend to, because see that's important too, what we say about ourselves. So I have some little notes here. So emotional self-care can be described as caring for your emotional needs by identifying and nurturing your feelings, your conscious, your inner state. And so we need to get rid of all that negativity. Sometimes you have to turn the news off, because if you listen to the news, and especially like commercials, we tend to find ourselves comparing ourselves to others. And you start thinking, I'm not tall enough. I'm too this. I'm that.
This, I'm that. That's not what they're looking for. Blah, blah, blah.
Fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are their works. You're the apple of God's eye. So that's the main thing that I like for women and men, because my husband said men need self-care too.
You better believe it. Yes.
Self-care too. So this book is not just for women, but like my husband, he did a little video for me and I posted, I guess a couple of weeks ago. He said, you know what, men need self-care too. And I didn't even ask him to do that. But emotional.
He wanted some brownie points, Dr. Jennifer, just so you know. Just
But emotional self-care is important. I want you all to, if you don't get anything else out of this, be mindful of your emotional self-care. Yeah.
Okay. This is some good stuff. All of these tips are being put right here in the comment section for you all. Even if you later just go back and watch the replay and start a watch party and encourage people to implement these tips. Emotional self-care is critical. Yes. It's so important. If you don't get any other tip today, that is something that you want. Stop downing yourself and speaking ill of yourself. And these are things that can hinder your own progress in life, because you are more than enough. You're good enough. Who God created you to be is great. So walk in your gifting and your calling, and you may not be everybody's cup of tea. It's okay. It's okay. But who God has for you is for you. And you're going to connect with those people properly. So emotional self-care is a big tip that she shared today. All right. So how can people get your book? Oh, I can see right here. Let me take people to your website, if you don't mind, for a second.
Sure.
Because I really like the fact that everything is right here for you all. And I'll put it in the comment section as well. But Jennifer Eichelberger. See, that's what I'm saying. When you're on a live show, it's like I can't go back and retract it. I'm not going to edit the whole thing out.
It's okay. That's okay. That's the excitement. That's the energy with the live.
Right. It's like, what? I'm a human being. I'm going to make people on CNN make mistakes too, whatever. Right.
They do.
All right. So listen, you can go right to JenniferEichelberger.com and get either her self-care book, which is Self-Care, Vital Art, Nurturing You, or the Next Level book as well. And either of these books, you can order your copy, as well as you'll get a great read going to learn more about her as an author. You'll see some of the other services and things that are available through her website. You don't want to miss the opportunity to just take a quick visit to that site when you're purchasing the books, but also learning about other things that she has to offer. So I am so honored and grateful that you've been here today with us, and you've truly been a blessing to the Kim Jacobs Show viewing audience. Let's see who came on that had a question. If you had a question or a comment, I don't want to disregard you. I see you, Pamela Howard. Pamela Howard is our luxury event planning specialist. And she says she does this thing on self-care every Wednesday. I know she's out and she's walking and talking and teaching women and mothers about the importance of self-care. And she said it's so essential. And I've seen some major transformation in Pamela Howard's life as well. And I see you, Tanya. You said good day and glad to have you on. And here's how you'll stay connected, everyone, with Dr. Jennifer Eichelberger. Her email is Jennifer@JenniferEichelberger.com. And then her website. Oh, I see what we were saying earlier. Now I finally think I caught on to what's happening here. Let me make that change because I don't like leaving it. It's not email here. So it's just, there we go. I find you said this before the show started too. I'm very coachable, so I don't care if right midstream. If I learn something, I just go ahead and change it. Just like whatever, as long as it gets corrected. Her social media is JenniferEichelberger.com. And you can also follow her on Facebook social media at Jennifer Stovall Eichelberger. Okay. And then I'm going to also put that email again, which is Jennifer@JenniferEichelberger.com. So that's where all of that will be. And I'll put that back over in the comments sections. All right. So what's something fun you and your husband did for date night recently? Since you're talking about dating your boo, your Boaz and stuff.
Let me see. What did we do? It may not be exciting to anyone else, but we went for a nice walk at Stone Mountain Park. It was fun. We took pictures because, like I said, the leaves have already started they're at peak, and we did that. And he's a great cook as well. And so we came home and cooked this fabulous meal, and we sit down because we don't go out a lot just yet, but that's what we did. We did that. Yeah, that was fun.
That is so awesome. Awesome. And what any other things that you want to share? Any things that you are looking forward to this year now that some of the restrictions are being lifted off of us? Any thoughts?
I like to travel, and I haven't been traveling in the last couple of years. So I want to get back to traveling. I think I'm really kind of looking forward to that too. I was looking for my passport. I was like, good gracious, Kim, I don't even gotta figure out where I put my passport because I have all my children's passports. But I'm like, I know I put it somewhere special, but I gotta find it. I was like, this is crazy. That's when you haven't traveled in a long time, you know? Okay. So
but it's time to get that traveling back.
I better go up and see where's mine, where we put it. But I've traveled my goal is to hit all 50 states. So I've been to all the states on the East Coast. So I need to go on the West Coast a little bit more. I've been to California, but I want to hit all 50 states, which means I get to go to Alaska and Hawaii.
Hawaii. Okay, Dr. Jennifer. Now, see, when you say Hawaii, that just does it for me. I'm telling you, Maui, Hawaii. Actually, I conceived one of my children there. His name's Gabriel Michael Jacobs. Actually, well, he's in heaven now. But that Hawaii holds a very special place in my heart. Maui, Hawaii, the Four Seasons, and I love there. Can't wait to go there. So you're gonna go to all 50 states, okay?
Yes, I want to hit all 50 states because I've been to the southernmost point on the East Coast and to the northernmost point. I've been to so now I want to go travel more. Yep.
Well, I can't wait for you to travel. If I'm not mistaken, please tell me if this is your Boaz here that you be traveling. Is it?
No, look at you. Yes.
All right. Don't tell me I'm not capable of finding some. You didn't even send that picture in. But I was like, oh, we're gonna get to the bottom of who this handsome gentleman is right here.
Yeah, he's in his own right because, like I said, he He's a professor at Clark. He teaches mass comm. So he's taught a lot of well-known famous people.
Oh, awesome. Okay, you know, my mom said, now, okay, Kim, you know I'd like to have Dr. Jennifer's books. So I have to go and order the books to send to her too. My mom wants me to order books and ship them to her house from my guests. So I have to come on your website and get those books and send them over to my mom too, for sure. She's like, I want every book you get, I want a copy. That's what she tells me. So you'll get your copy, mommy. Don't worry. I'll make sure that it happens. Over the holidays, I think I'm just going to sit down and go to all my guests and start ordering the books so that I can get those shipped over to you. Okay. Because I know I owe you some here. All right. So listen, today has been absolutely wonderful with our guest, Dr. Jennifer Eichelberger. She could not cram any more than she did in this hour. I think this has been one of the most robust filled hours ever. So I'm excited about it. And tomorrow we're going to have none other than Lenora Lassiter. She's the people builder, and she's going to be talking about the importance of loving and celebrating you. And then on Friday, we're going to have our Freestyle Friday experts. One is Vicki L. Evans, and she talks about knowing your worth. We're going to have Arnetta Caldwell, and she's going to be talking about getting past being in a broken heart state. And we're also going to have Tracy Randolph, and she's the reset coach. And we have the Wootens, Joseph and Stephanie Wooten. Her product clears the air of COVID. They have a patent for that product with Eagle X Pro. You don't want to miss Friday's episode. And her husband was one of the background original players for Whitney Houston. So they're going to all be on here on Friday's episode. Remember, you see scrolling down below, support the Kim Jacobs Show so that we can continue to provide you with this original programming Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Dr. Jennifer.
Thank you for having me. I'm telling you, I am not just saying this, but this is one of the best interviews that I've had.
Get out of here.
I kid you not. I kid you not.
Wow. Okay, so you stay backstage. We're going to talk for a second if you don't mind. And if you would be kind enough to encourage people to subscribe.
I will.
Yeah, everybody subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show right on our YouTube channel, okay? And thank you for that kind compliment. I appreciate it. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of the Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show.